So what is up everyone, my name is LittleMarMan. Today we have another zombies video. This one is pretty much Dr. Groph's story, his storyline, significance, and how it fits into the past, present, and future of course, Call of Duty Zombies. If you're going to enjoy this video, do smash that like button and of course, subscribe for more storyline videos like this one. Without further ado, let's get into Dr. Groph's story. So Groph was first introduced to us in Black Ops 1, but we never actually seen him, we only heard him, and they were on the moon radios, and there's a lot of Easter eggs on those moon radios relating right back, well, forward actually to der EISENRACHE, and I'm going to have a video later on today on them, so do stay tuned for that. But nonetheless, Groph in Black Ops 1, basically we heard him on the moon Easter eggs, as I already said, and it's really cool that we actually get to see him in a physical form here on the map of der EISENRACHE. But nonetheless, he was actually one of the scientists in Group 935, obviously the organization in which Richthofen and Maxis were in, and it was basically to secure a better sort of outcome in the war for Germany, and whether or not they did that in a moral or non-moral way was totally up to them. Germany didn't really care as long as they won the war, and that's sort of the background story of Group 935. But Dr. Groph was of course the head scientist, and Richthofen actually assigned him to work on Griffin Station on the moon when of course the MPD was actually discovered. And Dr. Groph's job was actually to study how this works and exactly what it does and what they can actually do with that and how they can create a weapon out of it. Basically, that was his job. This was all on the moon. And here's where it starts getting interesting. Of course, Groph and Richthofen both started making a bit more evil plans. They did this behind Ludwig Maxis's back. Obviously, Dr. Maxis, they did that behind his back and started making evil plans and basically doing real sly and Slovene things and basically trying to secure a better future for themselves, and of course maybe even put themselves in power further down the line with the way sort of Richthofen's grand scheme actually went in Black Ops 1. But nonetheless, these two guys were evil and of course plotting against Group 935 if anything, but they were sort of a subdivision of Group 935, which is basically what we see on the map of der EISENRACHE, which is actually codenamed Eagle's Nest, and you actually do hear that in many of the radios I'm actually going to showcase later on today in another video. There's probably a link somewhere on screen or in the description below, because if you're watching it obviously a few hours after I actually upload this, then I'm basically talking in the past and that video is already up, so basically go check out that video nonetheless. But let's move on with this of course. Now obviously this sort of parallel timeline, Black Ops 1 is pretty much the same as Black Ops 3 without the interference of the young Richthofen. Obviously on the Black Ops 1 timeline we actually had sort of a Richthofen teleport, Maxis and Samantha, just like we see in the Giant, and basically they were both up on the moon and Samantha tripped and fell into the MPD, and that's how she was put in control of the zombies. We're actually going to play that radio for you now, oh lucky you. But nonetheless, Maxis then actually ordered her to kill Groph and the other members of Group 935 and basically end them all, because Maxis was pretty mad that these guys were all plotting against him, and he actually wanted to kill Richthofen as well. Like, remember, Maxis and Richthofen aren't actually working together in the Black Ops 1 timeline, but on our timeline it is, and that's pretty much the way it went. Now we assumed Groph to be dead, but then we find out in der EISENRACHE that he actually survived, because obviously Samantha is actually sort of still in control of the zombies. Zombies' eyes are yellow, that's how we know Samantha's in control. And of course then Groph is still alive because he's communicating with our Young Origins crew then on der EISENRACHE. So that all happened sort of parallel but in different sort of dimensions. Now we don't actually see Groph on moon, I don't think, like not to my memory. We only really hear him on audio reels and stuff, but whether or not he died in a different way or anything like that, then that is sort of somewhere to be found. It's probably already noticed, I probably just like my memory's all fuzzy or whatever, but nonetheless Groph is actually alive after sort of this radio. So I'm going to play this radio for you now so you can actually hear how Samantha actually got put in control of the zombies and stuff, and yeah, you'll hear sort of Groph being sort of what we thought killed. So let's take a listen.
Mr. Schuster, report. The tanks are full and the shields are down. The machine is humming nicely.
Good. What of the shipment?
Most are buried outside of the base. The live ones we've sent back to Customer Poston.
Excellent. There's nothing left but to wait for Dr. Richthofen's return.
Perhaps this is a good time to work on my low-gravity putting in the biodome.
Yes. A little leisure time would.
Intruder detected. Receiving bay. This is not a
Security, report.
This is not
What? Can you repeat?
She's coming right toward them. Get her! Get back here!
Knife! Do not let her! Damn it! Dr. Schuster, find a way to get her out of of the pyramid. I will contact Edward and let him know there has been an incident. I hope this works. Schuster, power it up.
Systems nominal. Accessing full device. Interface via MTD active. Accessing MTD. MTD integrity check nominal. Awaiting input.
Excellent. Bring the sample.
Analyzing MTD. Creating profile. Profile created.
Excellent. Now, scan for target.
Yes, Doctor.
Target located.
Bring him here. Immediately.
Greetings, Dr. Maxis. Schuster, I should have known. Where is that rat Edward? Where are we? And how did you get me out of that wretched tunnel?
None of that is important right now. Allow me to fill you in.
Samantha, honey, Daddy is here. Come, dear, please. Open the machine. Daddy will not let them hurt you anymore. Honey, Daddy knows he's made some mistakes. I am truly sorry that you were put through so much. When your mother died, I could not bear the thought of losing you, too. That's why I kept you so close. I did not mean to neglect you. I just wanted to know you were safe from harm.
Daddy!
I love you, Samantha.
I love you too, Daddy.
Can you do something for me? Something very important.
Yes.
Kill them all. No! We are doomed.
Honestly, not gonna lie, probably the two best radios out of the entire zombie saga. Not even gonna lie, those two give so much storyline information, and you actually sort of what people tell you what happened in the storyline, you can actually hear for yourself. They are really long radios. I know they amount to like 3 minutes or something, just the two of them, but as you can see, Samantha actually sort of gets, she trips and falls, is what we're believing, into the MPD, goes in to control the zombies, and then when Maxis is actually teleported up there, of course they were teleported at 2 different times, whatever way the teleportation actually worked, from either Doris or the Giant, depends what timeline we're on, doesn't really matter, and then of course, then Maxis actually sort of orders Samantha to kill both of them. But obviously in this timeline, Dr.Groph survives, and on sort of the Black Ops 1 timeline, he maybe even died of a different way. I'm not too sure, of course. That comes back to sort of, I'd never actually heard him or anything on Moon. Physically, obviously in the past radios and stuff, that is what we hear him on, and yeah. It could be revealed that maybe Richthofen went maybe back in time or forward in time, hopped around a bit, like between the Giant and Shadows of Evil or something like that, and actually sort of gave Schuster and Groph the heads up. We could see them in future maps, but nonetheless, on this, of course, their EISENRACHE timeline, then when we complete the Easter egg, we actually completely destroy Griffin Station and kill Groph. He's actually trying to kill us, and he puts a shield and stuff on the pod that is actually shut down, which has the older Dempsey, the older test subject, in it. But nonetheless, we actually do kill Groph. We smash the Moon into about 1 million pieces from what it seems, and then of course we get the ending cutscene. Obviously Groph is dead from what we're assuming, unless he can survive that big moon explosion and sort of the gravitational pull and all that he's experiencing if he did actually manage to board a spaceship. But it's highly, about 99.9% I'm sure he is completely obliterated, dead 100%, and anybody that was on the moon then is completely obliterated. Now that leaves the question, where the hell is Samantha? Remember, Samantha is actually trapped in the MPD at this time. Is she floating around space, or did we do some sort of teleport thing where we transported her to a different location because Richthofen actually knew that he was planning on blowing up the moon? honestly, that is information waiting to come out as well, but I will be one of the first to, of course, bring it to you. I don't think anybody else has really been thinking as much as I have, but nonetheless, Groph is now dead on this timeline, and that is pretty much his story. He was assigned to study the MPD up on the moon, and that's pretty much who we kill when we fire the rockets, and we fire, of course, rockets at the moon as well to destroy everything up there, because the mechanism stuff up on that moon are actually the ones that we use to destroy the Earth, and that's what we want to prevent. And of course, we want to kill the other members of Group 935 up there. But nonetheless, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all learned something. Hopefully it cleared up a lot of questions you guys have. If you have any more, leave them down in the comment section below, and of course I will either reply to them or make a video on your question. And nonetheless, that is pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all learned something. Do smash the like button if you did, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in another video very, very soon.